Hey guys, welcome back to the gaming room. It's Thursday night here and I just love having all my systems and arcades up and running. I just pick up and play, lots of fun. I've got Point Blank going on my driving and gun system there, linked up to my PC down here. I've got some music on the go. I've got emulation happening with my mini consoles there. So what I wanted to sort of update to you guys with was my retro cabinet. It's always been a work in progress and it's finally finished. But the thing is, I don't like a finished product. I always like a work in progress. So I don't know. I don't want to make changes because I feel like it's perfect as it is. But anyway, I'll take you through. This is what I've set up and why. I might give you some ideas on storage. So this here is just an old lipstick rack, and it fits perfectly. So these games are special to me in the way that I used to play most of these a lot. GoldenEye and Pokemon Snap, not so much, but I just think they're cool games and they're iconic. And I like the way that it sort of goes from the evolution of Nintendo games from NES to Super Nintendo to 64. So that's the top there. And then I'll just open this one up for you. Here, I've just decided to put in some of my favorite all-time NES games. And I've got Mega Man there, he lights up, and the Game Boy there just to sort of prop those up. I could probably display it better, but I just like the way it looks like that. So all these games here, I loved when I was a kid, and I have completed all of them. Actually, not Double Dragon 2. That one I'm still working on. Just the jumping mech in there is just ridiculous. Anyway, I've got some more NES games down there. I like having Hogan's Alley out the front. That's one of my favorite shooters. I love these two games, Musha and Shinobi 3. My cousins had a Sega Mega Drive. I never had one. And mainly what we knew about Sega Mega Drive was sports games. So you can see here, most of these games I've got are sports related. You know, Olympic Gold, NHL, Super Real Basketball. That one's really cool actually. It's called Pat Riley Basketball in the States, but anyway, I've done a couple of sports game videos. That's Micro Machines, all these super iconic ones. I've made a real mess here, haven't I? Yeah, I'll put it back there. But yeah, so Mortal Kombat, Aladdin. I've got other ones that are adventure based, but we didn't know much about that, you know, the adventure side when we were kids. And these two games I've just fallen in love with, Musha and Shinobi 3. I finished Musha, almost done Shinobi 3. So that's my Mega Drive rack there, and I just like the way these NES games are propped up. I've also used little acrylic stands that I bought. That's what I used to push up those games. You can probably see it on the side here too. Yeah, see? And then even, the good news is underneath them, it might be a bit hard to see, I've used them as storage for games as well. Like, they're gonna be a bit of a pain to get out, but I don't know, sometimes with these retro games, it's like, it's just nice to know you have them. You know, this Sonic one, like that's just so iconic, that cover to me. You know, to some people it probably doesn't mean as much, but to me it does. Especially now that my boys were really into Sonic. Down on the next row, I've used those acrylic stands again to prop up some of these old boxes. I think they just look really cool popping up. I've got some Nintendo game boxes here too, like Rad Racer, etc. And I just like, again, I like just like knowing that they're there. Atari games, some Master System games, and some big box games, big box Amiga games, like just games like this. I just remember seeing that in a store when I was young, and just seeing that used to excite me like heaps. And then Ghostbusters here. I kind of wanted to display that one more because Ghostbusters was the first retro game that I ever played. So my first system was an Atari. First proper system was an Atari. Having a glass cabinet's kind of cool because you can also sort of display game boxes a little bit here on the sides too. And then down here I've got this Coleco mini arcade, which is Pac-Man. And this is a Pong system that our family had before an Atari. So that's really cool too. They've got a first player, second player, and they split apart, and then one person shifts the paddle around there and one around here. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to more show off my retro cabinet. I'm so happy with the way it's come out. It doesn't hold all my games, and stopped collecting cartridges. It's a bit expensive now. And then I've also got, if I ever want to play anything, I've got a PC with everything on it. You know, I still love to play with the actual media, you know, the actual physical cartridges. We've moved the Nintendo Switch down here now because we've got a Switch 2. And just these sort of cartridges. But emulation is my best friend now. The Mega Drive Mini, the NES Mini, the SNES Mini. And you can actually even mod them even further to play 64 games if you want to. But I'm just really happy with the setup I've got now. You know, I've got a couple of loose cartridges here. I don't know, I just like Lion King, that's cool, that game. Just for nostalgia, just more for nostalgia value to have them. But I just love plugging one in and playing it like that, you know? I don't know, the hard media is just what I love. But basically, I'm really happy with how things are going. Also over here, like I mentioned, we've got some music going. Look up Dreaming Melodies on Spotify or Apple Music. We're up over 2 million streams. We do sleep music for kids and relaxation music for adults as well. And it's going really well. We're over 2 million streams and it's going great. I just love working in this space here. I've got my sports memorabilia. I've got some in my bedroom as well. I've got signed jerseys by Patrick Mahomes and Penny Hardaway, that sort of stuff. But anyway, yeah, just more of a check-in and just wanted to show you what I had going on. Might give you some ideas going forward for yourself too. I know I always like to look up other people's gaming setups and rooms. And yeah, oh, that Batman game's really cool. Check that one out. Yeah, and I hope you have a good night and I'll see you soon. Bye.